Liam sat on his bed, staring at the old photographs pinned on the wall. Each one captured a moment with his best friend Mia. They had spent countless hours together laughing, playing games, and dreaming about their futures. But that was before. Mia's family moved across the country. Now the distance between them felt like an ocean. Vast and unbridgable. Every day Liam thought about the fun they had shared. He remembered their secret hideout in the woods, where they had built a fort from fallen branches and leaves. They would spend hours pretending to be explorers, uncovering hidden treasures. Those memories brought a smile to his face, but they also filled his heart with sadness. He missed Mia deeply and felt a growing emptiness where their friendship had once thrived. Liam picked up his phone. Scrolling through their old messages, he could see Mia's cheerful texts filled with emojis. "Let's make a pact to stay best friends forever," she had written. But now, with miles between them, it felt like that promise was slipping away. He wanted to reach out, to tell her how much he missed her, but fear held him back. What if she had moved on? What if she found new friends and forgot about him? With a sigh, Liam tossed his phone onto the bed and looked out the window. The world outside was vibrant and alive, but he felt stuck. He thought about how Mia used to encourage him to be brave, to take risks, and to follow his heart. "Don't let fear win," she would say, her eyes sparkling with determination. It was time to listen to her words. That evening Liam decided he would do something bold. Remembered how much Mia loved drawing. She always carried a sketchbook, filling it with her creative ideas. Inspired, he grabbed a blank piece of paper and began to draw. He sketched a scene from their adventures, a picture of the fort in the woods, surrounded by trees and butterflies. As he drew, he poured all his feelings into the artwork, the laughter, the joy, and the sadness of missing her. Once he finished, he felt a sense of accomplishment. The drawing was more than just a picture. It was a message. He wanted Mia to see it, to know that he was thinking of her. Without hesitating, he took a photo of the drawing and sent it to her with a simple message. "I miss our adventures. Reconnect." Liam stared at his phone, anxiety bubbling in his stomach. Seconds felt like hours as he waited for a response. Just as doubt began to creep in, his phone buzzed with a reply. It was Mia. "Liam, I miss you too. This is amazing. Can we video chat?" Relief washed over him. In that moment, he realized that their friendship was not lost. They had both been feeling the distance, but were still connected in their hearts. They quickly set up a time to talk. When the video call began, Liam's face lit up as he saw Mia's familiar smile. "I can't believe you drew our fort," she exclaimed, her eyes shining with excitement. They spent hours catching up, sharing stories about their new lives, and reminiscing about their adventures together. It felt like no time had passed at all. During their conversation, Mia shared how she missed their adventures too, and how she had been trying to make new friends but found it hard. "I thought moving would be fun, but I miss home," she admitted. Liam understood exactly how she felt. As they spoke, the distance that had once felt so overwhelming began to fade. They made plans to visit each other during the summer, dreaming of new adventures they could have together. Liam felt a spark of hope igniting in his heart. He realized that true friendships could withstand any distance, as long as both people were willing to reach out and keep the connection alive. In that moment, Liam understood the power of taking a leap of faith. He had faced his fears and reconnected. With Mia, no matter how far apart they were, their friendship was strong enough to bridge the gap. With renewed hope, Liam knew they would create many more memories, no matter the miles between them. Ava sat on her porch, watching the sun set behind the trees. The sky was painted with beautiful shades of orange and pink, but she felt none of it. Instead, her heart felt heavy. Her best friend Lily had moved to another city a few months ago, and the distance between them seemed to grow with each passing day. They used to spend hours talking about everything and nothing, sharing secrets and dreams. Now those moments felt like a distant memory. Ava thought about the day Lily left. They had hugged tightly, both trying hard not to cry. "I'll call you every day," Lily had promised, her voice shaky. But as the days turned into weeks, those calls became less frequent. Ava missed their laughter and the way they understood each other without saying much. She felt lonely and sad, wishing she could turn back time to when they were always together. One afternoon, as Ava flipped through her old photos, she found one of them at the beach. They were drenched in seawater, laughing as they splashed each other. It reminded her of the fun they had, and how much she wanted to recreate those moments. But how could she do that from so far away? She felt stuck, unsure of how to reconnect with Lily. Fearing that their friendship was fading, Ava sighed and put down the photos, her mind racing. Wanted to reach out but didn't know what to say. Would Lily even want to talk? What if she had made new friends and didn't miss Ava like she missed her? The thoughts swirled in her mind, making her feel even more distant. That evening, Ava decided to take a walk to clear her head. Through the neighborhood, she noticed the fireflies lighting up the dusk. Their soft glow reminded her of the light Lily brought into her life. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. What if she could bring that light back into their friendship? Ava rushed home and grabbed her art supplies. She had always loved to draw, and she remembered how Lily used to admire her sketches. Inspired, she began to create a piece of art that represented their friendship. She drew two friends on the beach, surrounded by the bright dancing fireflies. In the corner, she wrote a message, "No matter the distance, you're always in my heart." As she worked, Ava felt her sadness lift. She realized that even though they were apart, she could still show Lily how much she cared. Once she finished the drawing, she took a photo of it and sent it to Lily with a heartfelt message. "I miss you so much. You're something I made for you. Let's talk soon." After hitting send, Ava felt a mix of excitement and nerves. What if Lily didn't respond? What if it didn't mean as much to her as it did to Ava? She shook her head, trying to push those thoughts away. Instead, she focused on the hope that maybe, just maybe, this would help bridge the gap between them. The next morning, Ava woke up to a notification on her phone. It was a message from Lily. "Ava, I love it. You're so talented. I miss you too. Can we video chat tonight?" Ava's heart soared. She couldn't believe how excited she felt just reading those words. It seemed that Lily missed her just as much. That evening, when they connected on video chat, Ava felt nervous, yet hopeful. As soon as she saw Lily's smiling face, all her worries melted away. They laughed and talked, sharing stories about their new lives. Lily told Ava about her new school and the friends she had made, while Ava shared her day-to-day adventures. "I thought moving would be easy, but I miss you so much," Lily admitted, her eyes shining with honesty. Ava nodded, feeling a sense of relief wash over her. They both understood what it meant to miss someone special. As they talked late into the night, Ava realized that distance didn't have to mean the end. Their friendship was strong enough to endure the miles between them. They made plans to video chat regularly, and even promised to visit each other as soon as they could. Ava felt a newfound sense of hope and determination. She had faced her fears and reached out, and it had brought them closer together. No matter where life took them, she knew that their friendship was a light that would always shine, guiding them back to each other, no matter the distance. Ethan sat on his favorite park bench, staring at the ground as his thoughts drifted to his best friend, Jake. They had been inseparable since childhood, sharing everything from toys to secrets. But when Jake's family moved to another state for work, everything changed. Now Ethan felt the distance like a weight on his chest, pressing down on him and making it hard to breathe. It had been nearly 6 months since Jake left. Although they had promised to stay in touch, the calls and messages had become less frequent. Ethan missed hearing Jake's laughter and the way they would joke around. They had always been there for each other, but now it felt like a part of him was missing. He wanted to tell Jake how much he missed him, but he didn't know how to start. As he sat on the bench watching families play and friends laugh, Ethan felt a wave of sadness wash over him. He picked up a small rock and tossed it into the nearby pond, watching the ripples spread out. Each ripple reminded him of how their friendship had once felt strong and unbreakable. Now, that bond felt stretched and fragile. Ethan took a deep breath, trying to shake off the feeling. He remembered how Jake had always encouraged him to embrace challenges and not let fear hold him back. "You have to take risks, Ethan," Jake would say. "Life is too short to worry about what might happen." Those words echoed in his mind, and he realized it was time to take a risk. With a spark of determination, Ethan pulled out his phone and opened Jake's contact. He hesitated for a moment, unsure of what to say. Then, inspired by a sudden burst of creativity, he decided to write a message that would remind Jake of their friendship. He typed, "Hey Jake, I miss you a lot. Remember our secret fort in the woods? Let's build a new one, even if it's just in our hearts. I'd love to hear from you." After hitting send, Ethan felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. What if Jake didn't respond? What if he had forgotten all about their friendship? But deep down, he knew he had to try. He wanted to show Jake that their bond was still strong, no matter the distance. The next day, Ethan received a notification on his phone. It was a message from Jake. "Ethan, I miss you too. I remember our fort. Let's plan a video call soon. I want to hear everything." Ethan felt a wave of relief wash over him. Jake still cared, and their friendship was still alive. That evening, they set up a time to chat. When the video call began, Ethan's heart raced with excitement. Seeing Jake's familiar face brought a huge smile to his own. They greeted each other with enthusiasm, and it felt like no time had passed at all. "I can't believe how much I've missed you," Jake said, his eyes shining with happiness. They spent the next hour catching up, sharing stories about their lives and the new things they had experienced. Jake talked about his new school and the friends he had made, while Ethan shared his adventures at the park and the hobbies he had taken up as they talked. Ethan realized that their friendship had not faded, it had simply changed. They were still connected, even if it looked different now. Jake told Ethan that he often thought about their adventures together and how much he cherished their memories. "I wish I could come back and visit," Jake said, sounding a little sad, "but I promise to make it back someday." Ethan felt a surge of hope. "And until then, we can always talk like this. We can plan a trip to our favorite park when you visit." They both agreed, their spirits lifted. As the call ended, Ethan felt a warmth in his heart. He had taken a risk by reaching out, and it had paid off. He realized that true friendship could withstand distance and time. No matter where life took them, they would always find a way to connect. With renewed hope, Ethan looked forward to the future. He knew that as long as he put in the effort, their friendship would continue to grow, bridging the distance between them. No matter how far apart they would always be there for each other, building bridges of friendship that could never be broken. Sophie sat at her desk, staring out the window at the rain falling softly against the glass. It matched her mood perfectly. Ever since her best friend Mia moved to another city, Sophie felt like a part of her was missing. They had shared everything's secrets, dreams, and countless laughs. Now, it felt like there was an ocean between them. Sophie didn't know how to reach out and close that distance. It had been almost 4 months since Mia's family moved away. They had promised to stay in touch, to call and text, but life seemed to get in the way. Sophie often found herself watching the clock, hoping for a message that never came. She missed their late-night talks, where they would share their fears and dreams for the future. Without Mia, everything felt dull and lonely. Sophie thought about the last day they spent together. They had gone to their favorite ice cream shop, trying every flavor and giggling over the silly memories they made there. "No matter where I go, you'll always be my best friend," Mia had promised, her eyes sparkling with sincerity. Now, those words felt distant, just like Mia. With a sigh, Sophie picked up her phone and opened their old messages. There were so many happy memories captured in their chats, but they also reminded her of how much she missed Mia. She wanted to tell her friend how she felt, but doubt crept in. What if Mia was too busy with her new life? What if she had made new friends and didn't need Sophie anymore? Determined to overcome her fears, Sophie decided to take action. She remembered how Mia had always encouraged her to be brave and to follow her heart. "You can do anything you set your mind to," Mia would say, her voice full of encouragement. With those words in her mind, Sophie picked up a notebook and began to write. She poured out her feelings onto the pages, expressing how much she missed Mia and how important their friendship was to her. She wrote about their memories, their dreams, and how she wished they could share ice cream together again. After finishing the letter, she felt a sense of relief. It was like she had released all the emotions she had kept bottled up inside. But Sophie didn't stop there. She wanted to make this special. She decided to create a care package filled with little reminders of their friendship. She gathered items that represented their shared memories: a small jar of the same candy they used to eat, a photo of the two of them at the beach, and a drawing she had made of their favorite ice cream shop. Then she included her heartfelt letter. Once the package was ready, Sophie felt a rush of excitement. She carefully sealed it and addressed it to Mia's new home. With each step, her heart raced with hope. Maybe this would show Mia how much she cared and help bridge the gap that distance had created. The next day, Sophie went to the post office and sent the package off. As she walked home, she felt lighter, as if a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. She had taken a brave step toward reconnecting with her friend. It felt empowering. Days passed, and Sophie anxiously awaited a response. Then, one sunny afternoon, she heard a knock at the door. When she opened it, she found a package waiting for her on the porch. Her heart skipped a beat as she recognized the handwriting on the label. It was from Mia. Sophie quickly opened the package and found a letter inside, along with a small gift. Mia had sent back a friendship bracelet they had made together, along with a note that said, "I miss you so much. Thank you for the care package. It made my day. Let's video chat soon. I can't wait to catch up." Tears of joy filled Sophie's eyes. She realized that their friendship was still strong, despite the miles between them. Mia had felt the same way and was eager to reconnect. Sophie quickly replied, setting up a time for their video call. When the day of the call arrived, Sophie felt butterflies in her stomach. As soon as she saw Mia's face on the screen, all her worries melted away. They talked for hours, laughing and sharing stories, just like old times. It felt as if no time had passed at all. In that moment, Sophie understood that true friendship could withstand any distance. She had faced her fears and reached out, and it had brought them closer together. With hope in her heart, she knew that no matter where life took them, they would always find a way to connect and support each other. Their friendship was a bridge that could never be broken, no matter how far apart they were. Emily sat on her bed, staring at the wall filled with pictures of her and her best friend, Sarah. They had been inseparable since they were little, sharing secrets and dreams. They spent countless hours playing in the park, climbing trees, and laughing until their stomachs hurt. But everything changed when Sarah's family moved to another state. Now, Emily felt like a part of her heart was missing. She didn't know how to reach out and reconnect. It had been nearly 5 months since Sarah left, and the distance between them weighed heavily on Emily. They had promised to stay in touch, but their messages had become less frequent. Emily often found herself waiting for her phone to buzz, hoping for a message from Sarah. Instead, the silence felt loud and lonely. She missed their late-night chats and the way they understood each other without saying much. As she sat on her bed, Emily picked up her phone and scrolled through their old messages. Each conversation reminded her of the fun and laughter they shared, but they also brought a pang of sadness. "I miss you, Sarah," she whispered to herself. She wanted to tell her friend how she felt, but fear held her back. Was too busy with her new life? What if she had made new friends and didn't need her anymore? With a sigh, Emily put her phone down. But then she remembered something Sarah had told her. "You have to be brave and take risks, Em. Life is too short to let fear stop you." Those words inspired her. If she wanted to reconnect with Sarah, she had to take a chance, determined. Emily grabbed a notebook and a pen. She started to write a letter to Sarah, expressing her feelings honestly. She wrote about how much she missed their adventures, their silly inside jokes, and the dreams they had shared. She poured her heart into the letter, hoping that Sarah would feel the same way. After finishing the letter, Emily felt a surge of hope. She wanted to do something special, something that would remind Sarah of their friendship. She decided to create a care package filled with items that represented their shared memories. She collected a few things: a small bottle of their favorite candy, a photo of them at the beach, and a friendship bracelet they had made together. These items were symbols of their bond and the memories they cherished. Once the care package was ready, Emily felt excited and nervous. She carefully sealed it and addressed it to Sarah's new home. As she walked to the post office, her heart raced. This was a brave step, and she hoped it would help bridge the gap between them. Days passed, and Emily anxiously awaited a response. She thought about Sarah often, wondering how she was doing and if she missed her too. Then one sunny afternoon, Emily received a notification on her phone. It was a message from Sarah. "Emily, I got your package today. Thank you so much. Miss you a lot. Can we video chat tonight? I want to catch up." Tears of joy filled Emily's eyes. She quickly replied, setting up a time for their call. That evening, as Emily prepared for their video chat, she felt a mixture of excitement and nerves. It had been so long since they had seen each other. When the call started, Emily's heart soared as she saw Sarah's face on the screen. They both smiled widely, and it felt like no time had passed at all. They chatted about everything: school, new friends, and their families. Sarah shared stories about her new life. Emily talked about her adventures at home. "I really missed you, Em," Sarah said, her voice filled with warmth. "I thought of all our fun times together. You're still my best friend, no matter where I am." In that moment, Emily felt a wave of happiness wash over her. Their friendship had not faded. It had simply changed. They were still connected, and they both wanted to keep it alive. They made promises to video chat regularly and to visit each other whenever they could. As the call ended, Emily realized that she had taken a brave step, and it had brought them closer together. She understood that true friendship could withstand any distance. With hope in her heart, she knew that no matter where life took them, they would always find a way to connect. Their friendship was a bridge that could never be broken, a bond that would shine brightly, no matter the miles between them. Liam sat on his porch, watching the sun set behind the trees. The colors painted the sky in beautiful shades of orange and purple, but he felt nothing but sadness in his heart. His best friend Jake had moved away 3 months ago, and even though they promised to stay in touch, Liam felt their friendship slipping away like sand through his fingers. They had been best friends since kindergarten, sharing everything from toys to secrets. Their weekends were filled with adventures, playing soccer, riding bikes, and exploring the woods near their homes. But now, with Jake living in another state, Liam felt lonely. He missed their laughter and the way they could talk about anything. For hours, Liam picked up his phone, scrolling through their old texts. There were so many happy memories captured in their conversations, but they also reminded him of how distant they had become. He wanted to reach out to Jake, but fear held him back. What if Jake was too busy with his new life? What if he had made new friends and didn't miss Liam at all? With a heavy heart, Liam tossed his phone onto the couch and stared out at the sunset. He thought about the last day they spent together. They'd promised each other, no matter where we go, we'll always be best friends. But now, those words felt empty. Liam felt stuck, unsure of how to bridge the gap between them as he sat there. He remembered something Jake had once said. "You have to take risks, Liam. Life is too short to let fear stop you." Inspired by his friend's words, Liam decided he needed to be brave. If he wanted to reconnect, he had to take action. Without thinking too much, Liam grabbed a piece of paper and a pen. He began to write a letter to Jake, pouring out his feelings. He wrote about how much he missed their adventures, their inside jokes, and the way they supported each other. He wanted Jake to know that their friendship still meant the world to him. After finishing the letter, Liam felt a sense of relief. It was like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. But he wanted to do more than just write a letter. He decided to create a care package filled with little reminders of their friendship. He gathered a few items: a soccer ball keychain, a photo of them from their last soccer game, and a bag of their favorite candy. Each item represented a piece of their shared memories. Once the package was ready, Liam felt a surge of hope. Quickly sealed it and addressed it to Jake's new home. With each step he took to the post office, his heart raced with excitement and nervousness. He was taking a risk, but it felt right. After sending the package, Liam couldn't stop thinking about it. He hoped Jake would understand how much he cared and that their friendship was still strong. Days went by, but Liam kept his hopes up. He reminded himself that true friendship could withstand distance. Then, one afternoon, as Liam was doing homework, he heard a knock at the door. He rushed to answer it, and his heart skipped a beat when he saw a familiar face. Jake stood there, grinning from ear to ear, holding the care package. "Liam, I got your letter and package. It made my day," Jake exclaimed, stepping inside. Liam couldn't believe his eyes. His best friend was right in front of him. "I missed you so much. Can't believe you're here," Liam said, pulling Jake into a tight hug. They both laughed and felt the weight of distance lift as they reunited. The two friends spent the afternoon catching up, sharing stories about their new lives, and reminiscing about their adventures together. They played soccer in the backyard, just like old times. It felt as if no time had passed at all. "I thought I was going to lose you as a friend," Liam admitted, his voice shaky. "I was too scared to reach out." Jake shook his head. "Never. You're my best friend, no matter how far apart we are." "I felt the same way. I really missed you." As the sun began to set again, Liam realized that their friendship was stronger than distance. They promised to stay connected and visit each other whenever they could, ensuring their bond would never break. In that moment, Liam understood the power of taking risks and being brave. He had faced his fears and reached out, and it had brought them closer together. No matter where life took them, they would always find a way to reconnect. Their friendship was a light that would always guide them back to each other, shining brightly, even in the darkest times.